Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
You find yourself in a tavern.
Yo, we should have checked for traps.
I knew he forgot something.
I think I can reason with him.
You killed his father.
Can I have sex with it?
You could certainly try.
I'm gonna touch a sword.
Don't touch the sword!
The child is evil, right?
Obviously.
I could cast Fireball.
Always cast Fireball.
All right, roll for it. Welcome to Friday Night Quests. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Jay Jones. This week brings you part 4 of our adventure with Matt Kane, and also this is our 50th episode of the show. For those of you who have been with us for a while, and for those of you just joining now for the first time, welcome. It's been amazing doing this show for the last 50 episodes, and we've got some really crazy fun stuff planned ahead, so please stick with us as we look forward to another 50. So as always, without further ado, let's get to the game. Previously on Friday Night Quests, while awaiting trial for his previous deeds, Sweeney the Mage was killed by an old foe. Now the Velvet League must determine how to proceed before his trial begins tomorrow afternoon.
I'm going to immediately limp over to Sweeney.
Yeah.
And check him. And I'm going to look up at everybody and go like, he's dead. Oh, well. Hey, how's your tattoo going?
I look at my arm. What is on my arm?
It's still there.
Still dying. Still very much dying. And
How do you have a trial for a dead man?
I don't know. Maybe this isn't even connected to him. That would really suck because
So I'm going to ask you now. I don't really know how to say it, but do you have reincarnate?
I don't have it prepared, but I know it.
And you know enough about the spell to know that it will work tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, before we go further, let's take a minute and let the audience know what the spell Reincarnate is and what it does. So if I have here, Reincarnate is a 5th level transmutation. Its casting time is 1 hour, range touch. Components are rare oils worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, which the spell consumes. Duration is instantaneous. And the spell is you touch a dead humanoid or a piece of a dead humanoid, provided that the creature has been dead no longer than 10 days. The spell forms a new adult body for it and then calls the soul to enter that body. If the target's soul isn't free or willing to do so, the spell fails. The magic fashions a new body for the creature to inhabit, which likely causes the creature's race to change. The DM rolls a D100 and consults the following table to determine what form the creature takes when restored to life, or the DM chooses a form. We'll be rolling. The reincarnated creature recalls its former life and experiences. It retains the capabilities it had in its original form, except it changes its original race for the new one and changes its racial traits accordingly.
He might not even come back as the what? As like
Can
the
bring
same?
him back?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I can bring him back. Yes.
Also, another note, Alathar is only at 1 hit point, and you know Sweeney had healing potions. Are any of you going to go through his pockets to see if he has any on him or what might be useful?
Hey, Izzy, why don't you search his body?
Ew. But yes. Okay. What am I gonna find? Okay, so I'll search Sweeney's.
How big is this wiener?
I don't want to know.
Okay, so I have Sweeney's inventory here on his sheet. On Sweeney's body, as I should say, he also carries a quarterstaff, but that's still probably lying on the ground. As you search his several pockets and his pouches around his belt, you find, let's see, his spell components, his spell book, a dagger, a full explorer's pack, a disguise kit, a forgery kit, a set of fine clothes, a deck of marked cards, a small box of different sized buttons, weird, 4 bracelets, fingerless yarn gloves, a purple gem with 2 dead silverfish inside, a cloak of protection, which I guess is actually a poncho of protection if I remember season 8 right, a deck of illusions, 5 healing potions, and a letter.
Uh-oh.
I found a letter.
What does it say on the front?
I'm actually going to read it. It says, for Prince Horace Kemp and Ysabel Buchanan in the event of my death.
Okay.
Now, I want to clarify for the audience that this is an actual letter. Mike, who played Sweeney, actually wrote and drafted this letter, I think 2 seasons ago, and had it on his character this whole time, but I have no idea what's in it. Everybody else here doesn't have any idea what's in it, and I guess we'll find out.
Dear Horace and Izzy, if you're reading this, then most likely something went horribly wrong and I died. It's quite possible you don't know why, so I wanted to offer something by way of an explanation. At the Bahatmas Day dinner, I received a letter addressed to me as Sweeney. However, the contents of the letter revealed that the author, or authors, know my true name. They claim to know, quote, who you are and, quote, what you've done, and said, quote, none of you are safe. And the letter was signed with a symbol of a secret society, the same symbol that was in the book we returned under Destin's family library. Oh, I remember that. I feared that the authors might strike against me and put you both in danger, so I fled. That's why I left, to save us.
Yeah.
I want to learn as much as I could about this group, which amounted to nothing. Bummer. And I learned this is written like in beautiful penmanship, so I'm sorry I can't read normal handwriting. All I learned is that this symbol cannot be written. Ink runs off the page. Wind blows it away with like when written sand. I would hate to see what might happen if one tried to carve the symbol into wood. Did we ever do that? It's clear that the ink in the note I received is one of the few forms the symbol can be marked with. And since I learned nothing about the group, I had to research the ink. The ink maker lives in an island known to most as Seafarer's Folly. I remember that. And I have also learned that this ink maker seems to trust or favor drow more than other races. I'm just so shaken because he's dead. I've hired Anders Silverfiend because I need a sailor brave and crazy enough to sail to Seafarer's Folly. I hired Izzy because I need a drow to help make contact with the ink maker, which we did. And Horace because you never know when you need someone skilled with a blade. I need to question the ink maker to find out who he or she sold the special ink to. If I can track whoever brought the ink, I can learn who sent me the threatening note. Why would a secret organization with a seal specifically warded against being written take the time to write the symbol just to threaten me? I don't know. But I am afraid of what this implication might be. I am afraid. I spent most of my adult life trying to hide my true name in my former life. When I receive a note that says, quote, we know what you've done, I actually don't know what specifically they are referring to, but I suspect it is something before my time with you. That was when I was at my worst. I was better when I was with the Velvet League. Through our good, I was able to atone for some of my former sins, at least in some measure, however small. However, I knew I could not risk the two of you paying the price for my misconduct. This is why I left without a word. If you knew where I was, your lives could be in danger, and even if you were included in the notes, use of the phrase, quote, none of you are safe, it seems clear I am the primary target. Perhaps by running, I might be able to draw their focus away from you. If you're reading this, it's very possible that I have put you in danger as well, and I apologize. He's apologizing while he's dead. Oh my God. But I know the two of you to be the most incredible heroes I've ever seen in my short, wasted life. Horace, your courage beyond madness and into the realm of valor. Izzy, your passion for life and adventure is without equal. I am simply a scared runaway with trust issues, but you, over the years, I have been proud to fight beside you and to call you my friends. I hope my death has not inconvenienced you. I hope I have not put you in front of very danger I hope to free us from, but I could not go into the situation without your help. I hope you can forgive me. I have been selfish with your lives, so now I hope you still have a chance to live then, without me to drag you down. I have known only a few people in my life that I could call my friends. Horace and Izzy, you are the only ones I can honestly consider to be my family. I am sorry I've let you down. Regards, Sweeney.
Well, he's not as bad as we thought.
No, he's not. He's not at all. He's just scared.
Okay. So, wow. So, what do you guys
bring him
do?
back?
All right, so, well, not right now. Okay, listen. They're not going to hold a trial for a dead man.
That's
what
true.
we do is we go to the trial, say he's dead, bring him back later.
10 days.
And then he gets out of the trial. Then he doesn't have to. Which is they were probably going to kill him already.
Right.
Which is great if he's already dead. Which isn't also great that he's already dead.
I mean, I look at this whole thing as a temporary inconvenience.
That's how like life. Life is just a temporary inconvenience until the sweet, sweet release of death.
That's what Mom used to say. I think we should get a good night's sleep and heal up and be ready for the trial tomorrow, because hopefully there won't be a trial.
I agree.
Okay.
And let's put Sweeney's body somewhere safe. Is there also an illusion that...
Yeah, there's an illusion of an archmage and an apprentice, like, in the corner, just shouting arcane
I'm going to go over and
words.
kind of just use my foot to slowly nudge the card.
And the illusion dissipates.
That's
a relief.
That's freaking me out. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to bed.
Okay, so you guys each find a room in the house.
Yeah.
There's like these all old dusty rooms, and you guys go to sleep.
But health is all good in the morning.
Yep, all better.
Yeah, so you guys wake up in the morning, refreshed. All of your wounds have healed because in D&D, sleep is really important, and getting 8 hours is like really, really good for you.
Obviously.
Exhaustion also leaves you, so Izzy no longer has her alcohol. You don't even have a hangover. Again, sleep, guys.
Yeah, nothing brings
Sleep is really good for you.
Wow.
Nothing destroys a hangover like death.
So Alathar, you're back to your full health. Horace, you are as well, and Izzy too. You're also no longer a tornado, but that probably stopped before you went to bed.
Yes. Well, yeah, that stopped immediately.
Yeah, after you tore apart that
Blended.
Yeah, that poor creature in black.
What did we do with Sweeney overnight? Did we just leave
We
him?
wrapped him in a towel and then we put him in one of the rooms.
Okay.
So it's
like
just a rotting
blanket.
body of Sweeney in
How
one
about
of
a
the rooms.
tablecloth? A tablecloth. Let's say that.
Yeah, a nice clean cloth.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the
Dusty,
idea,
but-
guys. I think we need to cut off a piece of toe, because you mentioned you only need a piece of him to do this.
Yes. Well.
Because they may want his body.
I know.
And are you saying that we want to keep hold
A piece
of
of
the
a
corpse?
dead humanoid. Yeah.
Well, we just need a piece of him in
Yeah.
order to bring him back. We can give them Sweeney's body.
Right. Yes.
Good. I
Right?
like that. Okay, so we'll take.
And we'll say we killed him for them.
So what
I'm
part
just
of his
kidding.
body
That's a
are you
bad
guys
idea.
looking to take?
Well, I feel like the toes are kind
Let's
of
take the
important
penis.
because you're cruel, Horace.
What are you talking about? We're giving up the rest of his body. At least let him keep the one
Don't you think it
thing-
would look a little suspicious if his dick was missing?
What about a tooth? What about a tooth?
A tooth. Do you think is that organic enough? I suppose.
You know, in a fight, teeth go missing. Toes.
Well, you're saying they may check the body and be like, "Where's his dick?"
Yeah, like in what part of like any battle do dicks just?
Believe
Drop
me, I've
off.
almost lost mine many times.
Goodness me.
It's true. I like teeth.
Alathar, haven't you been in a fight where your dick just happened to come out?
Yeah. I mean, a few times. I don't like to
See?
talk about it. It's,
See,
it's
Izzy?
traumatic.
Oh my god.
Dicks are in a lot of danger. In
Yeah.
every fight.
Imagine.
Yeah.
That's why we wear cod pieces.
That makes sense. You got your
Yeah.
dangly stuff outside of you.
jungles.
Terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Your jungly jangles.
Your
The
jungles.
jangle's, safe.
Uh-huh. That's a motto.
What about the eye?
Okay,
feel like
that's
an
kind of
eye
weird because
is
he had
really-
two eyes.
Well, I feel
when
like
they
it's a
saw him.
really good part of the body. I think it would be something I could cast well with. Like teeth is not a lot of DNA in the teeth so much, but if I had that eye,
Yeah.
his eyes might actually come back the same too.
All right.
That's
And
true.
his face is already kind of really messed up. And I think that's something you could easily lose in a battle.
I think
Okay,
so.
let's take the
Let's
eye.
do it.
We'll
So
put
you
an eye
guys dig
patch
out
on
the
him.
eye?
We'll put an eye
We're going to
patch
gouge
on
out
him.
one of the eyes.
Okay, so which one of you wants to spoon that out?
Not me. I'm grossed
I think
out by that.
I'm used to this sort of thing, the
Oh.
wild hunting.
Althar
so
is
I'm
taking
gonna-
out some eyes in his time.
You know, I know him. I've known him the least amount of time.
Okay.
It's not going to be as
Thank you,
difficult for
Althar.
me emotionally.
Okay, so you
I take out my little, my knife from my ankle. That's not really a combat blade, more just for hunting and making campsites, whatever. And I gouge out the right eye.
Oh.
oof, there you go. Comes right out.
Okay.
In a jar. There
Yeah,
we
let's
go.
put it in a jar.
We put it in a little jar.
It's got to be weird for you two, Horace and Izzy, just looking at the dead body of Sweeney,
Yeah.
watching someone just take his eye out of his lifeless body.
I would think that was happening in the room with the body, and we're like in the kitchen.
So you guys are
in
just
the morning, like you
Yeah,
go do
go
it.
take
You
it
go
out.
Topsy
upstairs.
in
We'll
the-
be down
yeah.
here eating breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
you got it. Okay. I don't gotta look it up. Just put
Okay,
it in the
so you
back,
come
put it in
back with the
back.
jar
I come
with
back
the eye in
the
it.
jar, but I've put the jar into a small leather satchel, so you can't even see.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
Thank you,
yeah.
Alathar.
Okay, so what do you guys do next?
I'm going to pretend he's not dead because I don't see him as dead. I'm not going to grieve him.
My only scare is like I just hope I could do it. You know, he might be.
I trust
dead.
you, Izzy.
I have
Ah.
confidence. I have
I trust
confidence in
Okay.
you.
Okay. Great.
Believe
Now,
in
how are we gonna
yourself.
get out of the trial?
All right, let's take his body.
Okay, so we're gonna
Let's
take
go.
the body.
All right, we carry his body.
So you
to
carry his body, do you carry it in
Yeah.
the sack, or do you have him like out in the open?
out in the open.
Out in the
Okay,
open.
just on your back.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so you carry him down into the town and you take him to the temple. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's about midday. The trial was set to start at 2 p.m. Do you wait for 2 or do you go in now at noon?
Let's go in now.
No
Okay.
time like the present.
I agree.
So you walk through. I'm going to see if a few people notice this. A couple people do, actually, and see you carrying a body of the person they obviously recognized, and some people run off, some people run into a tavern, some people going to tell some people, and they see you walk and you go into the temple?
Yes.
Okay. As you step inside, you see the quadrone is inside now, like kind of arranging the pews and cleaning up some of the dust, and it notices you. Hello.
Hi.
The session will not begin until 2 p.m. You can let Linus Whitaker know he can return at that time.
I've got some preliminary notes about the trial that I think are going to be important for the trial.
Would you like to present those to Snapclang 022?
If that's the circular-looking flower guy, yes, please.
That would be Snapclang 022. You have described his geometry. I will get him.
Excellent.
Click tap what goes off to the side. A giant, basically starfish, like metallic creature comes in.
Yes, what is it that you wish to declare to evidence before the trial?
Well, look at him. Look at him.
So do you put Sweeney on the floor, or you're just kind of showing him?
Yeah.
That is the body of Linus Whitaker. Are you entering this into evidence?
Well, are we going to have a trial for a dead man?
The trial will commence at 2 p.m. today.
They're still going to put him on trial?
I am here to judge a trial at 2 p.m., which will conclude in a sentencing.
A quick question. Check out this tattoo she's got here.
Oh, yeah.
Will that go
About
away
this.
after the trial?
The tattoo will be removed at the conclusion of the trial.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess I still should defend him.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe
Okay.
the timer was mostly like, unless you're in the courtroom and this expires, you explode or something, or maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's good that we just all stay here and kill 2 hours?
You okay to hang out, Alathar?
I think we need to hang out.
What do we need to do for 2 hours?
All right, we'll just hang out around the church.
That is agreeable. Please make sure the defendant is ready to take opening statements and for cross-examination at 2 p.m.
Hey, quick question. Not a lot of people have clocks that I know in the world. So should I just watch the sun really carefully? I mean, I don't know exactly 2 p.m.
There are many ways to judge time.
Just hang out in the lobby, and then you can open the doors at 2, and
Come
then
get us
we'll
when
walk
it's
in.
time.
How about that?
That is fine.
Great.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And Snapclang walks up to the side, into the back.
Funny
Well,
little guy.
anybody want to play a game of dragon chess, I guess?
Sure, yeah.
I guess so.
Okay, three-way.
You hear some talk in the back, and you see the woman in blonde who was there before come out, and she looks a little bit flustered. Excuse me, can I see? I just got word that Linus is dead.
Dead! I'm going to
Yeah.
fling myself on the
She
body. and
sees
cry.
obviously.
We were ambushed last night.
What happened?
We were ambushed by an old, well, I was going to say friend, but he wasn't a friend. He was more of an acquaintance.
I have
No. This is not possible. He has to be alive. She goes down and checks his neck. He's actually dead. Who killed him? No one in this town would have done this.
Some old, like I said, acquaintance showed up, angry, and...
A hobgoblin, right?
yeah, it was
It's
a
a
hobgoblin.
hobgoblin.
Yeah.
No, Tom's dead. All of them were killed.
Well,
Turns out Thwack
You pissed
wasn't.
off more hobgoblins?
well,
Tom's brother.
What?
Tom's brother showed up.
I had information that they were all killed. That
No.
you killed all of them.
Fortunately not.
Oh no.
turns out hobgoblins and sea pressure doesn't do anything for them.
No. This wasn't the plan. He has to be alive for the trial.
Well, can't trial a dead man, right?
No. Bring the body back to my chambers back here in the temple. I've set up a spot. We have to handle this. He has to be alive.
Okay.
Are you saying you're going to bring
Why?
him back to life?
Why? Why does he have to be alive? What if he's dead?
The trial
how's that
can't.
possible?
The trial can't be completed without him alive, and I need him to be alive. You haven't told anyone, have you?
Everybody I know, I told. I was saying, my friend's dead. My friend's dead. I was walking around going, my friend's dead.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I went, my friend is dead. Look at him. I walked through the whole town.
You need to go outside now. I don't know. I don't care how you do it. You need to make it clear that you are mistaken and that he is fine. I will handle this. Bring the body back to my chamber in the back room, and we'll think of something.
Team huddle.
What are you talking about?
Team huddle.
Yeah, we need to think about this.
So she's upset that he's dead,
And she seems adamant to.
like
we need
she's
him
gonna
alive.
lose,
Right.
which is what we want, right?
Absolutely.
Or is it that she plans to?
I also want to take her out to dinner.
Well, I know, Horace, I know, but keep your eyes up off of her chest.
Okay.
I saw you looking. But I feel like maybe she's so insistent that we need to, keep him, or bring him back to life.
I say we do the opposite. Let's make sure he stays dead.
Stays dead and what, leave? Like, run away?
Oh, we'll just sit here through the whole trial. Like, we can Bernie it.
Don't let her,
Okay, I agree.
Don't let her take his bodies. That's not her right.
I agree.
She has no right. And
Does
I
she
will
have-
talk to Snake Clang 517, and I will tell him, because he looks like he knows what he's doing, I'll say, this is our body. We get to keep it. Not.
Is she aware of the possibility of reincarnation or not?
She doesn't know I'm that level. Okay. No. Do I look like I'm at that level?
So we've consulted, and he's our friend. It's our body. We're going to keep him until the trial begins.
Do you plan to restore him to life for the trial?
No.
Do you not understand? He has to be alive to take the stand. It's not for any cross-examination purpose, but to be given a sentence. If he's not given a sentence, the trial cannot complete.
Well, I'm sorry I don't have power over life and death. Maybe you should think about acceptance.
Well, I thought
did.
you, and she points to you, with your particular situation would care that this trial completes.
I don't see why it couldn't complete with the body corporally
Snap
standing.
Clang cannot give a verdict until he has taken said verdict and is alive to receive it.
I don't know. I didn't really...
You don't know their type, do you? They work in absolutes. He insists that the case will continue until he can give his verdict, but he must give his verdict to a living person.
You enlighten me to the understanding of the consequences of what would happen if a living... You weren't specific, by the way. I have a very good memory.
She does.
I do. Except I don't remember a lot of our past adventures. Yeah, why don't you explain what would happen if that didn't happen? You're sweating. I'm pretty cool. Throw it at me.
That tattoo on your arm is around and built in accordance to this case. We've used it plenty of times in the past. And when a verdict is given, then and only then will the tattoo be released. If someone does not and refuses to come to their court date and complete their court date, that tattoo will do what it is meant to do and snuff out the one it is placed upon. If he is not alive to receive his verdict, he cannot receive a verdict. Therefore, that tattoo will do what it is intended to do.
So it was supposed to kill him if it was on his arm, didn't come to trial. You were probably going to kill him anyway while he was at trial, but now that he's already dead, you're upset because you couldn't do the killing. So it's more of a power play than it is an actual equality. Oh, I'm going to die. Big deal. I could take my arm off right now. But
Yeah, if she cuts her arm off, does that nullify it?
No, it would not. I wouldn't recommend trying to cut it off.
Okay.
they're mad that they couldn't kill him.
What stake do you have in this?
Yeah.
Second.
First off, our rulings are not always murder, or in this case, execution. Our rulings are sometimes imprisonment, either or, typically.
Okay.
This case was not built around Linus Whitaker to kill Linus Whitaker. Without saying any more, this is not how this was supposed to go.
Nope, no one plans for dying. But it happens.
Listen, for a lot of good reasons outside of just Linus Whitaker, this case has to appear to continue. This case must conclude, and however it will or could or should conclude.
Okay.
My interest is certainly in Linus Whitaker, but there are bigger things at play here.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Then you got to give us 1,000 gold to bring him back.
What?
I want 1,000 gold. I want 1,000 gold. If he has to come back, Izzy, you're not dying. I'm not letting you die. If he has to come back for this trial, you give me 1,000 gold.
Are you blackmailing me?
No, I'm not
Look,
blackmailing
lady.
you, but it seems like you want it. And if you want him back, I need 1,000 gold.
2,000 gold.
What do you need? 2,000
gold.
gold to bring him
3,000
back?
I need
We
to
need
get 3,000
3,000
I
gold.
think 1,000 per head.
1,000.
1,000 per
Yeah, I
head.
think
It's a
that's
fine
good.
figure.
Sorry,
Yeah.
why do you need 3,000 gold to bring him back? I thought he was your friend.
Alathar, I'm sorry,
Oh
my
my
friend,
God.
is a professional.
Wait, can you bring him back?
He's a okay. Shh. Alathar is a
So you
professional.
can bring him back.
I will bring you back to Sunday if you keep up that tone with me, lady. 1 second. Group huddle.
1 second.
Group huddle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
4,000.
4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
And a horse.
Okay. If we pay our own money, I can't pay Alathar for being our guide.
I know. That's why I'm trying to get out ahead here. We
Yeah.
can get literally paid to bring our friend back.
I'm trying to get you paid, buddy.
Yeah, and get you
I
paid.
appreciate it.
And honestly, if we can't bring Sweeney back, we're doing pretty well.
Well, then I'm just a bad druid.
Oh, but then you die.
Yeah, and then I die.
Wow.
But
I was gonna say
yeah.
I could try to reincarnate you, but no.
No, I can't teach
don't
you
know
the
how
spell
to do
in
it.
time.
I also don't know how to do it.
I either bring him back or you lose me as well.
I know. Okay, well we got him. It seems like we got to bring him back.
I'm freaking
So let's get the money out of her.
Yeah, four.
4,000.
One for
Okay.
each. Hey, it's expensive.
It is okay.
It is. Okay, here we
So
go.
we've discussed it, and Alathar, who's a professional who deserves to be paid, his
Quite right.
expenses have to be covered,
Quite
Yeah.
right.
and our expenses have to be covered.
Gonna roll
If you want
persuasion.
this
So
trial to go on,
you guys are going to be rolling for persuasion. I'd like to. You guys are all doing this. What'd you roll?
Natural 20.
Oh my god! Whoop 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 whoop.
natural 20.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you did.
16.
Pictures.
Oh
Wait.
my god.
Natural
Okay.
20.
I would like to clarify that two of you guys just hustled a centuries-old organization into paying you $4,000 to get an undead person back, or a dead person back.
That's Velvet.
You guys
style.
just hustled a centuries-old organization. What?
Feels good.
What'd you roll?
I rolled 16.
And
And you
Jesus.
probably also have persuasion.
What's your persuasion
Oh,
modifier?
I don't.
Oh, you
That
just
might be
zero?
You're plus 0.
I mean, still 16 is great,
still
but two natural 20s.
insane.
My God.
That's the best roll of my life, I think.
Wow. I mean,
When it counts.
she.
Hey, I'm not done. And a date. One date.
that was the time to ask.
Date.
I feel like you added that after you knew you were getting a natural 20.
I'll throw it on top. I'll throw its cherry on top. Just one dinner.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, God. I will accept 4,000 gold, but under the condition that you will bring him back before 2 p.m.
Oh, shit.
Can we do that?
That's 2 hours away. And you
an hour.
have to go out.
Well, we can.
You have to go out and you have to declare to the town convincingly that you were mistaken, that was some kind of trick to get him out of the case, and that he is fine, he is alive, and will be here at 2.
You got it. Deal.
Shake on it.
Deal.
Okay.
Shake on it.
Oh my
Do you know
God.
anywhere we could get magical oils?
I'm sorry? Magical oils?
Or is
I
there
can
any,
locate objects.
Is there a magic shop in town?
I don't know. Speak to Tyr. He's the first protector. He knows the town well. He can help you find what you need.
Okay.
He
Look at-
will be here alive at 2 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Totally, lady. We got
One
this.
moment, I will check on your gold.
Don't forget the date.
I'm sorry?
Don't
Yeah.
forget the date.
A date?
Don't forget the
Promised.
dinner.
That's the cherry on top.
Don't forget the dinner and the horse.
Yeah, I want a horse.
There's no horses up here. Where am I going to find a horse?
Well, that's not our problem.
Look, you're not getting a horse, and
Oh,
as for a date,
One dinner. Just one dinner.
he's really actually quite nice and charming after an antipasta.
Have a nice antipasta meal together.
Yeah.
look, you let the town know that everything's fine. You bring him back alive at 2 p.m., and I will consider a date.
That's it. I mean, that's in.
Consider.
That
That's
sounds
in.
like a yes, to
Yeah,
be honest.
that's in.
Yeah.
It's like she's angry now, so she can't say
Yeah.
yes because then it would seem like she's not as angry.
That's called hate.
To be
sex.
fair-
Hate sex.
Just a note for you in the future.
Yeah.
You don't want to start your dates by hustling 4,000 gold out of someone.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm an
I'll be
expert
right
in love.
back.
Thanks.
So she goes to the back of the temple
I'm an expert in love.
I want him in denominations of hundreds. Thanks.
and comes back with 4,000 gold. Because you guys rolled 2 natural 20s.
2 natural 20s.
Wonderful.
That's insane.
Let's kick open
Yeah.
the front door, and I'm going to take
We'll
all
be
of
back
my
at 2.
47
God.
brochures from Teddy's Tin Shop. On the back of it is nothing. We're going to write J.K. Sweeney alive, and then we're going to pepper them throughout the entire town. How about that?
Perfect.
Yeah.
There we go.
Fine. Let's go find that magical oil you need.
Yes. So to do reincarnate, I need rare oils
Okay.
and unguents worth at least 1,000. which the spell completely consumes.
Okay.
So
Fortunately.
you navigate through the town and you find there's a local oil shop where you can get different lotions and bath oils and things like that. So do you guys head in?
Yeah.
We go in.
Great.
Welcome to the store.
Hey, so I'm gonna need your rarest oils.
I'm sorry.
Your rarest oils.
Is that just as
Like
you
top
just
shelf.
rare oils?
Like what?
Specifically rare oils.
Your rarest oils. You know how like every shop. I mean, at least the shops I go to.
You mean the ones in the glass case?
Yes, the top shelf.
All right.
Let's bring them out. Any ones made out of any sort of like netherworld region are really good.
Oh, you want the dark stuff?
Dark shit.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I'll get that in the hold on. I got some of that in the back.
I work well with that.
Goes into a back room, comes back with a glass case hooked to like kind of like a golden chain that it's locked to its arm. All right, so let me unlock this here.
Cool.
He unlocks the glass door and swings it open and puts some oils down. Some of them are bubbling within the container themselves. Now this stuff is pretty dark, so if you're into dark stuff, I mean, this'll do it.
How much is it?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
This is 500 gold.
Oh.
We'll take one of
No,
those.
whoa, wait. Oh, yeah, because we can use multiple
Yeah,
oils.
I need a couple. I want a little bit of dark, and then I want a little bit of light, just like me.
You want to mix?
Yeah.
All right.
Little
good
half
call.
So half and half?
Yeah.
Would you like it in one of our gift boxes? I can wrap it up for you.
Yes.
Put a nice little
Yes.
flourishment on
Yes.
it. Is this for a loved one?
Free wrapping paper.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I love him, but, sure.
Look, some people can't say it out loud, but, sometimes it's worth it,
Maybe I feel it in my heart, but
That's
I don't
good.
wanna say
You
it.
know what would also help feel it in his heart is I could do a little gold sprinkle on top. I've got some inlays I can do for that for the gift wrapping as well. It's a little extra, but
We're kind
if
of
it's
on
someone
a-
that you really love.
Oh, hold on, Izzy. Yeah, I think I would like that.
Okay, yeah, I'll just get that out of the drawer. That's going to just be an extra 100. I'll dibble that on top.
Okay.
There
No,
you
no,
go.
wait,
Some
wait, wait.
gold
We've got the money.
shavings.
We've
Perfect.
got the money. We've got the money.
Sure, so I'm tying it up. There you go. So that'll be 600 gold pieces.
Hold on.
no, I need
What about
more.
your best ribbon?
Oh, well, look, sir, you look
Horace.
like a wise man who knows his ribbons, and I couldn't possibly show you my best and darkest ribbons.
Horace is a sucker for ribbons.
And I mean the rarest of ribbons.
I don't think you know me because I am a ribbon master.
You know what? I can see it in your eyes. You know what? It would be wrong for me to let you leave this shop without our best ribbon. So let me get it out of this very secret protective case beneath. Hold on one second. You just hear him fiddling around in what's probably just regular wooden boxes. Yes, this one right here is definitely the most beautiful and rarest ribbon we have. Just ignore the dust is ancient dust for how old and magical it is.
Alathar, are you seeing this?
I don't buy it.
This will easily
Oh.
be another 100 gold. Another 100 gold for
Certainly
what a
not.
steal
So he's
for this ribbon.
Certainly not.
I
Certainly
don't want to be
not.
cheap.
I
I don't
will
want to be cheap.
choke
I mean, you
Horace,
shouldn't. You
I
never
don't
should for
wanna
your
buy
loved
that.
ones. I mean, do you want your loved ones to feel like
We
you're
have the
being
money.
cheap?
I don't want to be cheap.
Horace, in your sleep, I will
Unnecessary.
choke you with that ribbon.
Just so
if
I'll
you
just
buy
tie that onto here. Assume you're going
Thank
forward
you.
with that.
Horace,
And
it's so tacky. Those colors are last season.
these colors are forever for the ancientnesses of all time.
Yeah, I mean, they're
goodness.
forever. Listen to
Of
them.
all
They're
time.
forever. There is no season in forever.
Okay, fine. Throw it in.
So 700 gold pieces?
I think we need more oil,
no,
though.
we do.
I've got so much more oil. So much more rare oil.
Well, for buying such a
If we're
rare
buying-
ribbon,
If we're buying more oil,
Yes.
then we need to have some kind of deal thrown in. If we're going to be buying more than 500 gold worth of oil, if we're buying two,
You're right. You're
we either
right.
deal with that, or we need.
Well,
we
I'll
need-
definitely throw in. Look, I wouldn't do this normally, but I'll give you twice the oil for only 750 gold. It'd normally be 1,000 because it's twice. But 750 gold for another one. I'm just saying.
Does the
I'm just
spell-
saying. I would
does
never
the spell-
normally do this. But you all seem
What's
pretty
the
smart
quality?
and shoppers.
So the spell doesn't mind if we bought it for discount.
not if it's on sale. No.
Okay. I hope so. Yes, we will. Yes, we like that.
Oh,
Sounds
all
good.
right. He runs to the back and comes back with similar oils and puts it in another. Well, now, would you also want a gift packaging for this as well?
Same package.
Just same packaging?
Same
Okay,
package,
perfect.
sure.
All right. So
Okay.
that's another 100 and then another 100 on top for another rare. Let me get one of these ancient ribbons. Here we go. Ties it on. Perfect. So that's going to be 950 for this and 700 for that.
Oh my god. Okay.
So that's 1650.
Let's say 1 gold piece. 2 gold pieces.
Yeah, second, a little bit more.
3 gold pieces.
2 hours later. No.
Horace, we're on a tight turnaround. Quick. Go.
Oh, okay. I'll just dump the thing out on the counter and be like, you count.
Oh my god, this is so much gold. How much did you dump? Because they were in 1,000 bags. Did you just dump two $1,000 bags on the thing? So there's 2,000 gold on top of there. You just gonna leave 2,000?
No, I'm telling him to count it.
You want me to count this right now? I'm in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so it's.
You get started on the thing.
I need help carrying the body.
Okay, we'll take the
We have
body
the
out and
eyeball.
start with the spell.
No, I need the.
Oh, 'cause
they
we-
want the body back, walking through the courthouse.
Well, no,
we come back as a gopher.
Yeah, we're not gonna have the same
know.
looking person.
I know. It's gonna be great.
Wait, whoa! I got an idea. He's an illusionist. He can make himself look like Sweeney again.
And we still have his disguise kit.
That's true.
And what if he's a raccoon? Actually, honestly, he looked a lot like a raccoon. All right, I'm gonna stay here and count the gold with
Okay.
this
Shopkeeper.
lovely lady.
I'm a man.
It's a man.
Yeah, and then
Listen,
guys
you know
go-
what? You can call me whatever you want.
All right.
As he's counting the gold.
I normally
Furiously.
call friends poo poo.
You know what? I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
All right, me and poo poo are going to be here counting the gold.
All right, we're gonna go,
So we'll go take the body outside
to the edge of town.
to the edge of town.
Yeah, Rose.
Oh, you guys brought a body in here? I didn't even ask that. he doesn't care.
Yeah.
I imagine we have like some sort of wheelbarrow
Yeah, we're
cart.
kind of wheeling.
He doesn't care right now.
Yeah.
Like chamomile
Garments.
tea while we count.
You know what? I'll happy to make some tea while we count this gold. That's
Okay.
great recommendation. Make
Okay,
some
so you
pot
guys
of
go
whatever.
do the.
So we're gonna make it to the edge of town. I need to find a kind of a clearing area that's a little bit more in nature than it is, the village and city. So
Okay, well, I'm able to track our way to somewhere that's a bit
Nice.
clearer through the snow.
do you see any place around that's like wooded, more tree?
There are just outside of the town. There's a lot of trees and pine trees before you get to the mountains.
Great.
So there's quite a bit of forest. It took you guys about an hour to walk from once you got through the pass
An hour
to
to
the
walk?
village. So no, not an hour to get to
Oh.
where you need to go.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying there's a huge stretch of forest outside of the town.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay.
So let's find a tree that speaks to me, and I need to dig a nice grave.
Okay, I'll start digging.
Okay.
So you guys
found
dig a grave. Horace, you finish kind of counting the gold with the very happy man in the shop. He thanks you and bids you adieu. You come by whenever you want. Rare oils, ever just swing by. I'm your man.
I can tell you more about my lover if you want to know.
Sure, certainly. I mean,
Then I'll just stay for a little bit longer.
Oh, okay.
Back
So
to you guys.
come back to Izzy and Alathar.
Okay, so my grave is nicely dug, and I'm laying Sweeney's
Good
body.
grave.
Thank
You've
you.
done this before.
I have, absolutely. And I'm laying him out on his back with his
Okay.
hands neatly across his chest.
Okay.
He looks so peaceful.
You know what, Alathar? I feel really bad for ripping his eyeball out now.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too. But at least both of his eyes are closed.
That's
You want to
true.
put it? We want to put the
Should
one
we
back
put it
in.
back in?
Oh,
What
okay,
what if he comes back and it doesn't?
that's
Well,
true.
I mean, it couldn't hurt to put it back in the event that maybe it does regrow and reattach, and then he's got both eyes. And
It is just hanging around my waist in this satchel. I think it kind of gross.
Could you pop it back in?
I'm gonna pop it back. Okay, all right.
Okay.
So I climb down into the grave.
Back in his eye.
Back in his eye. There we go. Back to new.
Okay.
All right.
Oils. So I'm going to pour all the oils over the wrapped body. I'm going to crawl out of the grave. I'm going to stand at the head of the grave looking down on him. And I'm going to start doing my incantations, which are vocal and also with my hands.
And it takes about an hour to do this.
But it's done it doesn't look like I'm doing anything really. It's just very like slow,
Focused.
focused.
And this creates
Stone
a new
stuff.
body. So as this is happening, I would say you see the wrappings around Sweeney's body tighten and curl into a cocoon as the longer you do your enchantment and your ritual. And the dirt around him starts to furl around the cloth cocoon, kind of encasing his body.
Although it says the spell forms a new body. I feel like
Well, it's making
That's
a new body, but out of
new
the old
bodies.
body.
Because we already have the dead one. So why don't we take the eye back out of the body and place it in a grave next to Sweeney's original body, and then from that
Yeah.
eye the new one will form.
Yeah.
So you want to make two?
Does that
You
work?
want to have an extra one?
Because if we bring him back in his old corporal form, that's pretty much a zombie. And I don't think that's what reincarnate is. Reincarnate's coming back as a brand new form to be birthed again and
Okay,
grown from nothing.
so you dig a second grave
quick.
Grave.
Yeah.
and put the eye in it, and then you cast your magics on it. So as you do, you see the ground start to mold around first the eye, and then over the hour it starts to spread down into a humanoid form and starts to glow and pulse beneath the ground, and druidic energies and sigils appearing around the body as it begins to pulse and grow. And I'm gonna roll a out of 100 and see what Sweeney becomes.
Oh my god. Please not a clam. Please not a clam.
Oh boy, here
Although
we go.
technically it's living, so it could stand trial because it's a living clam.
True.
Oh god.
Okay, here we go. And as the energies are pulsing, the ground moves and cracks and separates, and you see in the shape of what would be Sweeney's normal size. Instead, you see the bottom where his feet normally would be with how long he is, the dirt falls and fades away because it turns out he's a little bit shorter than he was before, because as the dirt parts, you see now a naked halfling lying there in the ground.
What happened?
Oh, hey, Sweeney.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, it's cold.
Hey, buddy.
I'm so cold.
How you doing? I'm gonna throw you down my bear cloak.
Here
you go.
This is, big.
Yeah. You're back. Do you remember dying? Wait, that's probably not the best thing.
What?
Yes.
Wait.
You died.
What?
I just brought you back.
You died, but you're alive now.
I reincarnated you because I am awesome. Yeah.
My hands. They're tiny. I guess. Wait.
And you lost all your tattoos.
Yeah, I did.
Is his hair still red?
I don't know.
I know
Is your
it's-
hand still what?
Is my hair still red?
You know what? Let's find out.
Yeah.
I leave that to Jay's discretion.
I know what the numbers are, so... Yeah, that's above the 20.
So
That's
it's
75. That's exactly above. I was doing blonde, brunette, and then redhead. So yeah, you're still a redhead. Now you're a halfling redhead.
Okay. All right.
So you're a new race, which is good. You could have been an animal. That would have been bad.
What?
Yeah. The semantics. We still have to put you on trial. That's why we brought you back right now. I wanted to wait a couple days.
Where are my clothes?
Oh, they're on your dead body. In the other grave. I don't think you should see it. I think it might be traumatic.
I go and I look in the other grave.
And there you see your body lying there with one eye missing, and yeah.
About
there it
the
was.
eye, we can explain.
I'm sorry, Sweeney. The eye, I had to take it out. We needed it for the spell.
I assumed that I got that when I died. You took the eye out?
But you are that eye, actually. That's how we regroup.
Moving right past that. Gonna examine that much later with alcohol. I climb down into my grave, and I start going through my pockets and like taking my stuff. I assume you left it in?
Yeah.
All my stuff is in here?
Well, I think Horace has your bag, your like explorer pack, the book, but your pocket stuff.
My
is also-
spells?
Yeah, they're with Horace. Where is Horace?
Okay.
Sweeney, I could fashion you some clothes from your dead body if you like. The same
Well,
clothes. I could
okay.
cut
Let's do that then. I start pulling my clothes off of myself.
Ugh, attitude.
So you're gonna...
So now with
kinda-
the knife, I'm gonna slice the trouser length shorter, so they're gonna fit your new short legs,
Cool.
and tie some leather around the front of your shoes to make them smaller for you. And the cape, we basically just slice through and cut all of the fabric shorter.
Oh, I'm gonna have to sew new pockets into this. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
buy new clothes. That's all I'm gonna have to do.
And it looks
What? You
almost
don't want to
like-
wear cut up, quickly reassembled clothes?
And the shirt is just too big on me.
just big gown, almost like gowns.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Izzy.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We should get going, just because
It's nearly 2.
yeah.
What happens at the trial?
Your trial.
Yes.
You have to be alive in order for the sentencing to work, or else I die. Also,
Uh.
good news, your sentence might not be the death sentence. We kind of got some info out of the lady. I think you might just, be whipped a bunch, or scolded, or have to work manually for the rest of your life. But all of those things we can get you out of. The great thing is, they don't want to kill you. Maybe.
All right. Can someone give me a hand because I have my staff? I guess, and I need to hold it up, and you can pick me up with the staff.
I reach down with one arm and pull him out of the grave.
All right. Well, I guess I'm not using that anymore. All right.
You can whittle it down. Tiny staff.
I didn't use it for spellcasting anyway. It was just a
Yeah.
walking stick, so...
Here we go. The short sword comes out and I slice it in half. And then you use the top half of the
Cool.
cane.
Okay.
And Horace, what are you doing in town around letting people know Sweeney's still alive?
Oh, I am standing in the center of town, going like, he's not dead. I don't even know how many of you guys saw if he was even dead. He wasn't dead. He was never dead. Actually, he's been alive this entire time. He might look differently. He might be a raccoon. But, that's what happens to people when they mess around with magic. So, kids, remember, winners don't do magic, and...
Winners don't do magic.
That's right.
There are kids around you.
Oh, hello. I didn't even...
They all seem very interested in what you're saying.
Yeah, so he's still alive. Trial's still going on. Big deal, right?
And he's fine?
Yeah. Yes. He's always been fine, as a matter of fact. Never dead.
Okay.
Cool. Everybody cool?
We're cool.
All right. There
Okay.
you go. I feel good.
So thank God I'm an illusionist. Because I can, with minor illusion, which is normally only verbal or... I assume my voice is different. At least a little bit. Normally it's only visual
You have
or...
a thick Scottish accent that you must do forever
That
now.
would be Dwarven, and I would have.
Hey, that's racist, Mike. Not all dwarves are Scottish.
That's true. Gorma wasn't Scottish.
true.
Because minor illusion is ordinarily only visual and audio, but because I'm an illusionist, I can do both. Also, because I have malleable illusions as an ability, I can make it continuous. I can make it move and instead of just being this weird static image of Sweeney.
So you can kind of just look like your old former self.
Yeah, that's... I mean, it's not seamless. It's not like illusory self, but I can't do illusory self and have it be helpful right now. So I look like Sweeney.
Seems
I
like
look
it would
like-
be best for the trial.
Yeah, let's
Man,
do that.
you almost came back a dragonborn or an elf or a gnome or an
Tiefling.
orc
You did pretty well.
or
I
a
think.
tiefling.
Tiefling's in there.
You were actually really close to almost being a human again.
I know.
Like, really close.
Can I see that?
You win some. I'm just glad you're not an acorn.
There's a dark elf in there. I could have been a drow.
You could have been a drow.
Oh, the irony.
That would have been amazing.
Welcome to my
Oh,
hell.
you know what's funny is this is different than the old reincarnate. The old reincarnate, you could actually come back as a raccoon.
Oh,
That's
really?
amazing.
Yeah, like...
That would have been
That would
amazing.
suck. That would be crazy.
And hey, that would have been ironic for you asking Izzy earlier what it's like to be an animal.
Am I a lightfoot halfling or a stout halfling?
You're a stout halfling.
Interesting.
What does that mean?
My stats are going to change a little bit.
Yeah, your racial
Okay.
modifiers will change your stats.
But my constitution's the same, which means my hit points are the same.
There you go.
Huh.
Well,
Interesting.
I think we're in town now, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you guys are back in town. It's close to 2 p.m. People are actually now funneling into the temple. People are going to be attending this court case. So, Sweeney, team, are you guys heading in to conduct?
We
Yep.
head into the court.
So you head into the court, you sit down, the blonde-haired woman looks over and sees Sweeney taking a seat, looks like fully awake, and she shows a visible sigh of relief and nods to all of you and is sitting there ready to go. So out of the corner on the right, you see the pentadrone come out and go up and take the center of the altar.
Also, Sweeney looks like Sweeney again because of
Yes.
his illusion?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to lean over and go like, you're okay.
No, I'm a halfling. Bear, just go with it, though.
Okay.
I did my best.
You did a good job. He looks like himself.
Great job.
The case of they versus Linus Whitaker will now begin. Prosecution, you can call your first witness.
The blonde-haired woman stands up and looks to you, Sweeney, and points. I call Linus Whitaker to the stand.
I walk up.
So you sit down. Mm-hmm. Linus Whitaker, do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
So help me gods.
Linus, you weren't always a wizard, were you?
No. No one's always a wizard. It's trained.
Now, where did you grow up? You were young, right? When did you first develop these magical abilities?
I was taught them by a mentor.
Who was your mentor?
Alaric Levant.
In Alaric Levant. Now, for the people of the court and for our judge here, Alaric Levant, can you tell us about him?
Yeah. He is a wizard who, I guess I'm not sure what your question is.
I'm just for character reasons. I'm interested in how do you feel towards Alaric Levant? He was a mentor, you said, so someone you look up to, I imagine.
Objection. What does this have to do with the crimes that Sweeney's committed?
Overruled. They have everything to do with the crimes Sweeney committed.
Agreed.
Allegedly.
Normally, my client doesn't overrule my own objections.
Objection, that's not true. Alaric Levant began as a mentor, and then as an enabler of bad decisions, and then as a mob boss is not even quite the right term, but wandering sociopath is closer. Dangerous criminal, and eventually the man that I had arrested. We did not leave on good terms.
But you weren't always enemies, as it appears that you're saying. I believe he taught you your first rings of magic, correct?
Indeed.
Now, there have been some instances over the years of your interaction and workings with Alaric Levant. I have a few categories here, a few instances. It seems when the age of 12, you walked into a jade bank of Surat and withdrew 200 gold, 500 silver, and 30 pieces of copper. Did you hold an account at this bank?
No, I've never actually held a bank account legally.
Interesting. And that same week, you resided in the corner bedroom of the home of the Surats, the mayor. And were you a relative of the Surats at this time?
No.
Did you share a room with the mayor's family?
Honestly, I don't rightly recall, but
Where did her children stay at this time, when you stayed in their mansion?
I believe they slept in the closet.
How long did you stay at this mansion?
Can you refresh me on the mayor?
Is it hard to remember these people and time that you stayed in their lavish mansions?
Well, you are recounting incidents from when I was a young boy.
True.
I have grown.
I just thought a time staying in a mayor's mansion would have held a lot more weight, but clearly you've had many instances of this occurring in your lifetime.
It's true.
Were these all invitations?
Some of them.
Were they willful invitations? Of their own will?
Oh, God.
No, they were not.
Interesting. Defense? You can cross-examine.
Excellent.
All right.
By the way, you did a really good job. Good job, Seki. I would like to ask Sweeney, ever since you've been with the Velvet Link, how many lives have you saved?
Several hundred in the town of Willow's End when we stopped a demon.
That's right. I don't remember that, but good memory.
One in the Cal Sovereignty, saving the life of the Cal, at least one that we're aware of.
One could say we saved the whole kingdom,
One could say,
which is thousands.
Yeah.
if not millions.
Objection. That is extrapolating. This is not fact. You're just creating
I can-
imaginings.
I can get you a census of the caliphate.
Sustained.
Fair enough. One in the Cal Sovereignty. How many lizard men? Probably almost 100 in the lizard folk tribe in that jungle. A couple of hundred on Cinder's Peak. Is that the name of that mountain town?
Yeah.
I
think
believe
so.
that's right. About 7 in Water's Root. When we stopped those slotty, 7 feels about right. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I'm counting ourselves in that. Your life?
Many
At
times.
a couple of times. Several people, upwards of 100 in the town of Shimmer City.
No more questions, Your Honor. Suck it. I can sit
You
down.
say this to the blonde-haired woman?
Yeah. Your Honor, you don't have to suck it.
Yet.
Yet.
Sustained.
Wait, it's a robot.
So she stands up and approaches Sweeney.
Mhm.
So clearly you've saved a few people along the road. And
Objection. A few is a subjective term.
Sustained.
All right. So you've saved people. Excellent. And clearly you show favor for your friends here, some might say family, correct?
I mean, family's a strange term for me, but
Objection. I can submit into evidence a letter in which the defendant actually says that we are his family.
Sweeney's eyes go wide when he sees the letter.
I
that
will
it's been
accept
opened.
this letter into evidence.
Thank you.
She comes up and takes it and quickly pages through it. This was written in his own hand.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Sweeney doesn't go pale, but halfling Sweeney goes pale.
She opens the letter and skims through
It's the
it
last
again.
page. Last paragraph. familia.
He says mi familia.
Mi familia.
Ah, here it is.
Yep.
And I can consider you to be my family. Look at that. Written in your own ink and even signed. Ideally. Very, very nice.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Whatever.
wow. Here, even admitting in your own hand that you've had quite a troubled life, it seems. And that you've even admitted to doing, well, obviously put in very vague terms, but not the best of activities, in your own hand.
Yeah, but you guys have to all understand that the letter is also showing clear thought that the... What is it? The defendant? You're the defendant. Yeah, because you're on trial. The defendant knowingly wanted to take and save life by trying to figure out and solve this issue without us. He would have never left us if in any other case. Why would somebody who is evil and malicious or has come from a time when they maybe would have put people in harm's way knowingly do this and admit to it in writing and then actually follow through in his actions?
That's an
we
excellent
can account
question.
to.
And he did this and he told this to you. This letter was delivered to you when he disappeared for 6 months. Is that correct? He explained everything to you immediately?
No. But I
really?
can answer-
When did he give you this letter?
I'm sorry, Judge. You can call me to the stand as a witness if you'd like me to testify, but
Well,
I'm
if you're willing to have
pretty
this
sure
open conversation here in court, I'm just merely returning the favor.
Then does
Objection. Question should be directed to the witness.
Yes.
That's fine.
Can't cross-examine.
I certainly do have a question. Since you do regard them as family, one has kept family in the past or similar to a family. Now, they haven't always been treated with the utmost respect, I would think. I believe when you were 15... What happened to one of these so-called brothers and sisters? There was a girl, I believe, who refused to, pass one of their cuts along to Alaric, wasn't it? What happened there to your family?
I don't. She was tortured.
Who tortured her?
Alaric Levant.
And who did the damage to her?
The physical damage was done by herself.
Why was it done by herself?
Because he told her to, and that was the only way to stop the pain.
And what happened to her at the end of this?
She tore her own eye out and bled to death.
This was one of your friends, one of your family when
One
you
of
were
the
younger.
people I grew up with, yes.
And what were you doing? How hard did you fight to stop Alaric from doing this?
Not at all.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Call me to the stand. Put me on the stand.
Defense?
Is this where I get to bring a witness out?
You can do whatever you like.
I call Ysabel Buchanan to the witness stand.
Thank you, LP. Lord.
Oh.
You're welcome.
First question. How many times have you been saved by Sweeney?
Too many for me to count.
And do you think that your life would be in a worse place or a better place had you not met him?
I think it would have been in a worse place. I think I would have probably never left home.
And how long have you known Sweeney?
About 5 years now? 4 or 5 years? How old are we? Did we 19, 20, 20? 4 years.
And in your estimation, would you say that Sweeney is a bad person or an evil person?
I think that's a subjective term. Evil has its reasons.
Your Honor, we can call a paladin in right now, and he'll tell us.
But I can make the statement that I have seen good people do nothing when bad people take over. And I feel if we were to be accounted for the actions we did not take when evil teared apart countries and families and friends and leagues, I think we would all be here on trial. So if you're charging a man on what he didn't do, I think that is just the lamest stance. Like, honestly, we should all be up here. You, especially Blondie, you should probably be up here. You've been up here for 4,000 years. And you mean to tell me you stood by, you tried to stop evil at every single turn in time? Where were you when evil took over my father's kingdom? And to Sweeney's point, too, in his argument as well, where were you when it destroyed his family, or probably God knows what in his turn of life, which led him down the path towards this wizard that trained him? He's actually maybe the product of your wrongdoing, and you're putting him on trial. It's crazy.
No further questions.
Now, Izzy, you can stay there on the stand.
Okay.
I have a few questions.
Warm seat.
Now, clearly you've never met Alaric Levant, correct?
Is he still alive?
That's not the question I asked.
Oh, then I don't know.
You haven't, have you?
I don't know. I might have and not remembered.
Oh, you might not
I mean, a lot
have.
of people who don't like introduce themselves.
Interesting. Where were you and why were you at Waters Root?
Waters. Which one was that, guys? Was that the boat?
Swamp.
Swamp.
You went to view a moondrop lily, correct?
Yes, I was on a quest.
Now, why were you there?
Because my father went and visited this moondrop lily, and he was enlightened, and it moved him. And I thought I would experience the same thing, but I
went
didn't.
to Waters Root to view a moondrop lily
Yes.
under your own direction.
Yes.
You say here in front of the court that you are not going there under the direction or intention of someone or Alaric Levant.
No, I went there because my dad went there, and I wanted to go there to commune with nature. And I actually did get to talk with the plant, which was incredible. The plant is an idiot. Okay, sorry, that's subjective. The plant is probably very smart. So
The woman with the blonde hair stares you down
Ed, is he?
at Izzy. And sure, her eyes change a little bit, and no further questions.
I think we won. Your Honor.
we won. I think we're doing great, Horace. Thumbs up to Sweeney.
Good job,
Before
guys.
we end, I have one last question for Linus Whitaker.
I'm
You
assuming I'm still on the stand, so.
You switch out with Izzy.
Okay, got it. Oh, by the way, I want to point out, I'm not technically invisible, so, like, at the bottom of the illusion, like, you can kind of see my feet poking out from underneath Sweeney's cloak. Okay.
Now, you've made some clear statements that you have stood by, that you've taken some money from banks, that you've slept in homes. Over the years, you no longer targeted banks, but took a more personal, direct approach with your thieving, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
You would take from the townspeople, correct? Not from people of power anymore.
That is correct, as our group grew bolder.
How would you select your trophies in these homes?
For no reason sometimes. It would be...
Look, we've discussed the things that you've done and the things you've stood by. Were you ever under the sway of Alaric Levant, any of his spells at these times? Did you do these things willingly?
only one.
Oh, is that the book we're on trial for? That one time?
Tell us about Dolvana, Linus Whitaker. What happened there when you were not under Alaric Levant's sway?
Alaric had a habit of persuading through magic mayors and lords to hand over their estates. Sometimes the lords would be displaced, sometimes they would stay and serve us. If the magic did not sway them, then intimidation tactics took over. Dolvana, the magic did not sway. The elf ruler, the mayor, elves have somewhat innate resistance. It happened occasionally. Usually he would just move on to intimidation. As our group grew bolder over the years, though, Alaric got more wild. And when the elf refused to acquiesce, Alaric burned him to death. And then he commanded myself and the rest of the court. That's what he called us.
Would you clarify? When you say command, you don't mean magically command. You mean request. Tell.
Correct. He ordered us, the people that he had raised and spent years brainwashing through non-magical means, to burn the town down.
And did you?
We did.
No further questions.
We will now be accepting closing statements.
All right. The court has heard all the things that he didn't do. The court's heard that one time a wizard who had brainwashed him his entire childhood, if I'm reading that correctly, told him to burn down a village. And I want to weigh that against all the amazing things my friend Sweeney has done by being with the Velvet League, all the lives he's saved, and all the people's lives he's changed for the better. Also, one time, I peed on my brother's pillow. But you know what? I don't think I should have to answer for that. We all do stupid things in our youth. And I'm sure you beautiful woman who, you owe me a date, I'm sure you've done pretty horrible things that if somebody were to drag you in front of a court, that, when you're young, you don't know right from wrong. You have to learn that through time. And I think that any court that is holding up Sweeney to any sort of real justice would see that this is a good man. As much as he might like to make you think he isn't, Sweeney's a good man. That's my statement.
Prosecution, make your final statements.
She stands up in front of the court. She's thinking to herself. She's looking around and actually eyeing the people in the courtroom, and you can see that she's actually checking towards the doors and some of the areas. I'd like each of you to roll insight for me.
Oh, no.
Alathar as well.
It was not a natural one.
Horace, what'd you get?
I got a 6.
I rolled a
Is it?
natural one.
Sweeney?
Bear with me, my stats changed, so go on to him for a second.
Alathar?
16.
Oh.
Nice.
8.
So Alathar, you notice, you three don't, but Alathar, you notice that she looks like she's looking for something. Like she's looking for someone, or she's just kind of checking the room. She isn't as focused as you would expect her to be in her closing statement. Well, before Your Honor makes your ruling, I would like to state that even though one is young, even one at his age, I believe beyond a doubt that Linus here not only worked with Alaric Levant in the past, but I do feel that he still has some contact with him to this day. And I do believe that based on the actions that he took when he was younger, we can only expect that he intends to continue this type of damage and destruction into the future.
Objection.
I'm sorry?
Alaric Levant was imprisoned 15 years ago. There's no way I could maintain contact with him.
Alaric Levant hasn't been in prison for 4 years.
Oh, that's news to us, right? Right, guys? Yeah. I had no clue.
Barely know
I
what
don't-
we're talking about.
Yeah.
4 years?
You can't possibly tell me you don't know this.
Whoa, badgering. No, badgering.
Objection. How is he not in prison?
That's not on trial here today.
How is he not in prison?
You have been in contact with Alaric Levant, have you not?
Whoa.
No.
Whoa, badgering.
Your dealings over the last 4 years have not been in connection to him?
No.
It's hearsay, by the way, if there's no
She-
evidence that they have been in contact.
She believes you. You haven't been in contact with him.
No. I thought he was in prison forever.
Your trip to Water's Root, this was for some kind of...
Rite of passage for our half-drow druid friend.
Yeah. It was great. I got a seed.
I own the shack now.
Yeah, oh my god, you do.
Yeah,
You do.
yeah, I do.
Your Honor, before a ruling is made, I wish to take a slight recess.
A slight recess is granted to they. We will reconvene in 20 minutes for a ruling.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. We'll be back again next week with part 5 and our finale of this adventure with Matt Kane. You can follow Matt on Twitter at MattKaneUK. This episode included music by Kevin MacLeod of Incomptech.com. You can find the track listing and credits in the show notes. Photos and character art can be found in the show notes on partialart.com. And while you're there, why not check out some of our other podcasts, including Blockbuster Smash Up, where we smash together one great movie and one terrible movie and hopefully make a new, cohesive film for you to enjoy. If you have any questions about the show, you can email us at FridayNightQuests@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all under the handle Partial Arc. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
Yeah, I'm gonna loot the body.
So, how much experience do we get?
Well, now we have a skeleton army, so that's pretty neat.